I know for a fact that you're probably going to agree with me. You know those times when you're talking to someone, you're actually having a conversation, and throughout the entire conversation, they're moaning and complaining about something that didn't go their way, and except it was actually their fault. At least personally, if you ask me, when I speak to people and I'm actually trying to get, like, when I speak to someone, I want to actually have a valuable conversation. And when people start complaining about things, people start saying, oh, this didn't go my way, that happened, this happened because of that, it's like one of the most annoying things. It completely puts me off from actually wanting to talk to you as a person, no matter who the heck you are. The point I'm trying to get at is, you need to take accountability. A lot of people, no matter what happens, they will easily put the blame onto others. I've seen it with my own eyes. You probably notice it as well. It's not a great thing to do. It's just not a great thing to do for multiple reasons, which I'll tell you. The moment you start blaming someone else or something else for your failure, you're never going to move forward in life. You're never going to actually grow as a person, because no matter what happens, you never accept your mistakes. So, I mean, how the heck can you actually grow as a person if you don't know what to actually improve on? You're just, putting the blame onto everyone else. So technically you're perfect, right? Everything is fine about you. It's everyone else's fault. Except, no, it's not. It's your fault, but you don't even accept your own mistakes. You're just going to fuel your ego, be selfish about it, and then how can you expect to level up in life? You can't. And eventually you're going to become this person that nobody wants to speak to, because they know that, no matter what happens, you're going to put the blame onto them. You're going to put the blame onto something else, even though it's actually your fault. And I feel like this is actually something that, you grow up with, because it becomes a part of your personality. And you need to, if you're a young guy right now, or a girl or whatever, and you notice you have this about you, I'm not saying you're doomed for life, but you have to try and get that out of your head as much as possible. Because the truth is, as you go on, like as you grow up, people are going to notice this about you, and they're going to hate spending time with you. They're genuinely going to hate being around you because of this one quality, one bad quality about you. Failure is fine, mistakes are fine, that is completely fine. We all know that, right? When you do something wrong, that is fine. It's life, it happens. You can't be right about everything every time, but you got to own up to it. You got to take accountability and understand that it happened because of you. Perhaps you didn't do it right. It doesn't matter why you didn't do it right or whatever, but it was because of me that things didn't turn out the right way. And the moment you do that's the best thing you can do, because now you know that, okay, you sucked at something and you actually know what to improve on. Whereas if you're just going to push it all onto something else, you're never actually going to take up the responsibility to work on yourself, to improve that thing that you lack in. And I'm not saying this purely because you can be someone who people like talking to. It's far beyond that. The more times that you actually put the onus on yourself to take up the responsibility or accountability, especially when things don't go right, it's very easy to take up, oh, yes, things went right, and I did everything. No, when things go wrong, if you're able to take up the accountability, people will view you as a person who just knows how to deal with tough situations. You just know how to find a way and come out of it on the right side of things. And that is a very rare quality. I'll be honest, I am not that person, at least not yet. I try my best not to complain about things, but there are times when you feel really frustrated and you can't help yourself, but you're trying to work on that, and that's the most important thing. The worst thing you can do is have this quality, bad quality, and then just ignore it and think, that's the way life is. I am perfect, and everything else around me is the reason that things are not going away right. That's, you can't have that mentality. So basic message: if you find yourself constantly blaming something else, blaming someone else for your mistakes, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. Nobody wants to be around those people. And if you are just going to continue being like this, it won't be long before you'll actually find yourself super lonely, having no friends. No woman wants to ever talk to you, because so I don't need to elaborate on that. You probably know what the heck I mean. Stop blaming others for your mistakes. Own up to it. It's okay if you make a mistake, just own up to it. No one is going to blame you for doing something wrong unintentionally. But as long as you take up the responsibility and admit that you're wrong, and admit that, you know what, I'm going to actually correct myself, that's all you can do, right? That's all you can ask from anyone. So please don't blame other things. It's honestly, like, from the people that I've spoken to, one of the most pathetic qualities that you can actually have as a person, to just put your faults on everyone else. Like, it's, yeah.